Yo, what's good, people? Thank you for tuning in. So in today's video, today's episode, whatever you want to call it, in today's Poxy YouTube video, we're going to a customer's house first off to change a socket that I've already changed. I changed the socket to a click deco. Like, I changed all the accessories in the room to click deco, and there's one socket in particular. There is a joint in the cable, like right at the very just about entering in the back box, just about. That was like, say, the neutrals was just about, and then like the earths and the live was on the outside of the box, obviously plastered over. And one of the neutrals came off because it was through crimped on solid core cable, which I'm not a fan of myself. I don't really think you should be crimping solid cable. Comment below if that's wrong. I don't know. Am I wrong? Can you do it? I don't know. I don't really fancy it myself. I never really think it gets tight enough. Yeah, so let us know. Am I wrong? Are you allowed to do it? I don't know. It's not very good anyway, I don't think. So yeah, one of the neutrals came off, so I had to smash a bit of the plaster out above the socket to get to the other joints. Oh, not to get to the other joints, sorry. I ended up through jointing the rest of them myself, but I couldn't get enough length on the neutral. It was tiny, just coming into the box. So I smashed it out above, and I used some splice lines, ideal splice lines, you've probably seen them before, and put the socket on that way. And as a temporary, this was on Christmas Eve, so, and I didn't have anything else that I could do. I was in a bit of a hurry, so I said I'd come back because they don't want the joint in the wall. They'd rather have the socket raising up slightly because they don't want a joint in the wall, like, so it'll be higher than the other sockets in the room. But what the customer wants is what they get. That's what she wants. She doesn't like the cable being jointed in the wall. It's been like that since brand new, by the way, because you can tell by the cable that they'd used to extend it, and the house is fairly new anyway. So we're going to go there. I'm going to lift the socket up so there's no joint in the wall. I'll show you that. I'll get some footage of that, and then possibly go to the job where the builder had done a fantastic wiring job. If you watched me last video, I think it was, maybe the one before, where the builder had done some wiring, I'll probably get time to go and connect up one of them mains boards and do a bit of testing, and I'll connect one of the mains boards up. I've already stripped one down and prepared it, but I ran out of time the day that I did that, so probably head over there, get one of them connected up. Does anybody else's seat in the van end up looking like this? Just a mess. Stuff like that. Intermittent sealant for the back of mains boards, metal blanks. If anybody, this is a black nickel dimmer plate, but they don't do a, there's the code if anyone wants it, don't do a dimmer that dims LEDs, not that I can find anyway. So we've got this Hamilton dimmer module for LEDs, and it does up to 100 watt, which is pretty good for an LED. And I use these all the time in this form because I use click deco stuff for decorative accessories, but they don't do the dimmer. But in there you get the dimmer knob in the same colour as the plate, whichever one you get. Yep, there you go, says it, one gang single dimmer plate and knob, and then a Hamilton dimmer, which dim absolutely lovely, by the way. And yeah, and there's one of the deco sockets that we replaced. That's what we're going to be putting on the one that we're lifting up. There's already one on there, but I've got another one, and I'll show you why I've got another one. So yeah, let's head over there. Stay tuned. Please subscribe to the channel. I know 73.6% of my viewers are not subscribers. why not? Do you know what I mean? Come on, subscribe, it's not hard, just press the subscribe button wherever it is, somewhere around this whole screen. I'm only messing, don't subscribe if you don't want to, you're not forced into anything over here. Peace. Just stopped here to give the van a quick wash on the way. The machine. Van's getting a bit messy. Especially down the sides. Just like to get all this off because of where I park and it's a mess. But anyway, what I said I was stopping for, I don't know if you can hear that. They are buzzing like mad. Can you hear that? Probably hard to hear because of the traffic. Anyway, buzzing like mad, never noticed it before. That's that sorted. Nice and clean. Obviously it's not perfect, but it takes what, 5 minutes, and it costs £2, £2. I come here quite often. That definitely doesn't normally buzz like that. Is it the cold weather? I don't know. Yeah, not perfect, but I like to try and look after the van a little bit. Keep the muck off it. Obviously these transits are known for rusting quite badly, so keep all the salty weather off it. I try and come here like once a month, maybe a bit less in summer, but in the winter when it picks up all the muck and salt from the road. I don't mind getting the newer transit, but this has only done 60,000 miles, you know what I mean? It's still brand new, so I try and look after it. Let's go to the job first though. Fuel and the first drive through Greggs in the country. Yes. Sorted. Now let's go. Just cutting them ends off so the neutral don't touch the earth and trip the RCD. Just got to be careful now that I don't cut the cables as I'm getting rid of that bit. Pretty sure it's a dot and dab wall, so I'm going to multi-tool it. Straight on a dab. that mat done anything. I suppose. It's less mess in the rug, innit? In the carpet. I love these click sockets. Deco. It's with the same colour switches. Better than when they have the black or white. Who's their desk now? That's the settings on the Mega. I'm going to be on 3 low because the high current will trip the RCD. Spot on. It's on a 32 amp B type breaker, so it's about half of what it can be maximum. Just going to do it again, see if it changes much. What was that, 0.5, 0.5 on? Just trying it in the other socket just to see if it changes. Obviously the other socket won't make it change, but bob on, same again. Quite accurate, the Mega, considering it's due for calibration in like 2 days. So we're just leaving that job now, and yeah, we'll probably go over to connect up that mains board.
Take the second exit onto Turnbull Road.
Sorry, yeah, sat nav interrupted me. So the reason I had to change the existing socket that I'd already installed prior was because it was faulty.
Take the third exit onto
I tried to get some footage of what it was doing, but it wasn't doing it anymore. So it was like it was intermittent, basically. I know that it was doing it because I checked it the last time I was there. So one half of the socket is a double pole switched socket. When you were switching off one side of the socket, it was tripping the RCD, and when I went to check, it came up showing a fault. That's so when you switched it off, it was only switching off the neutral, I think. Is it only switching the neutral off? Yeah, it was only switching the neutral off, which then in turn created an imbalance and tripped the RCD. So, but after flicking it on and off a few times, it seemed to just stop, and it seemed fine again. But then I found those joints that was right in the wall, just above the socket, which was through crimps, and when I pulled one came off, and then that kind of sidetracked me and thought, this is the fault, it's the wiggling of the cables, this is the fault, not the socket. So then I read the socket, it must be something to do with these joints, so I redone them, checked the socket, everything was fine, and then, what do you know, this was on Christmas Eve, it started happening again. So it turns out it was the socket, and it was just the fact that they'd been jointed with through crimps beforehand. That sort of led me astray from what I had in my head the first time, if that makes any sense. Obviously, if I didn't find those joints, they would have probably stayed there. Those through crimps, they'd have probably stayed there and gone completely unnoticed, and I'd have changed the socket and everything would have been fine. But don't always, this is the real world, it doesn't always happen like that. So yeah, it's a bit one of them. It's better now anyway. It's like it's not good having through crimps that loose, because they were so loose I did just pull the cables and they just slid straight back out. So it's best off not having them there in the first place anyway. So let's get over to this other job and I'll show you a bit of testing, probably, depending on how we are for time. Bit of testing, bit of second, fix the mains board, and I'll show you what I've had to do with the 100 million lighting circuits that came from the one mains board. So, see you over there. Right, we're here, but we can't do anything. Builder's taken over the flat that I needed to work in, so I'll do it on another video. This video is getting a bit too long anyway, so I'll do another video. Next video after this one will be second fixing the mains board and testing, show you some testing, and because the builder wired it, let's hope it's all good. So thanks for watching.